This past Sunday, I went to Goodwill for Dollar Day Sunday, and the colors were green and yellow, so that's what we'll be mostly looking for. We dive right in. First up, I found this Avon pineapple design Christmas dishes. I trying to stay away from picking up any more of like heavy duty hard goods. I did look up these candle holders. They sell for about $15, so the price was kind of high. They also at the entrance had these dolls that I couldn't quite figure out what they were. I was looking for the brand, couldn't really quite make it out. Also, the prices were very high at $14.99. I did this ski sweater guide caught my eye. Again, I couldn't figure out what brand it was. I'm not very experienced with dolls, so I didn't want to start up a new category, and I decided to just leave it behind because truthfully we're just focusing on yellow and green. That's the idea, and I would like to find mostly I'm looking for spring items, Easter, that kind of deal. Then I also saw this Boyd teddy bear. Boyd's sell well, but I would be picking it up for $1, but for $4.49, it's a little bit too high for Boyd's. More teddy bears, but I decided to leave it all behind. Then I find this interesting Hershey Kisses anniversary. I guess it's like a little red Hershey Kiss with the lid, and it had a candle, so you could use it for like a chocolate fondue. Again, it had a red tag, and I tried to focus on green and yellow. These little candle holders, that was $1, but they have not been selling for me very well, so I decided to leave it behind. Same thing, when I don't exactly know what it is, I'm too lazy. Too lazy to look it up. Now this was really interesting. This is Bunnytown. That's exactly what I was looking for and hoping for. A little house for a Easter village, hand painted, and that was $1, and definitely this will go home with me. Small cabbage house, red tag, I was not willing. I left it behind. Another nice little figurine. I cannot remember if I picked it up or not. I tried to check out if it was made in Taiwan, but then I realized it had a crack and was fixed, glued back together, so I left it. I did not pick it up. Then I found this grab bag of teddy bear figurines. They were unbranded. Again, I did not end up picking it up. I guess actually they did they were numbered, so maybe I did grab it after all. I love that this little basket, ceramic, it's quite heavy. Vintage, I believe it's from 1995 for $1. Definitely I will pick this up. Beautiful small, not so small actually, medium size, just a plain white snow bunny. It could be used for Christmas as well, I think. It had a small chip on the bottom. I don't know if I'm going to show it to you, but I still end up getting it because the chip was at the bottom and you can't really see it when you're displaying this rabbit. Another small Christmas angel sell well, but it had no tag, and at Goodwill I don't want to deal with waiting in line to get it priced out. The ceramic candle holder or tea light holder, I am opening it up to check it out, but as I said earlier, Santa figurines combined with tea light holders do not sell. I have a couple Kurt Adler. They've been sitting around for a couple of years and nobody's buying them. Now this is a porcelain Mary figurine. Anything religious, like angels, Mary, Jesus, tends to sell well, and for $1, I decide to take it with me. A couple of like an angel figurine. I don't know if I'm opening it up to look at it, but I believe I took it with me. This very heavy paper holder, but it was a blue tag. Studio Nova. There's so many of these out there. Like a candy dish. Both of the angel ornaments were unmarked. I did not want to, as I mentioned, I didn't want to deal with getting them priced out, so I just left them behind. Wonderful Santa for the Nations, Germany. Vintage and in the original box. I will take it with me, but these holiday collection Mr. and Mrs. Claus I'm not taking. Another nice Santa from 1981. Ooh, this is a great find. This is a savings bank as a church. An original box, no chips, no cracks, and I decided to take it with me. So here I am looking for Easter, and everything I'm grabbing is Christmas. Another hand-painted figurine. It made rambling, like rattling noise inside, and I decided to leave it behind because it was unbranded, even though it was only $1. I love those Christmas balls. Very nice designs. And then there were a whole bunch of grab bags, and I looked for ones for $1, basically for the yellow and green tag. Those had a bunch of broken items inside, and I didn't want to deal with it. Honestly, I have so many small items. Now this was an interesting piece. I was at first not going to get it because it kind of looks very plain. It is from the 70s, maybe 80s, original box, and it's a nice piece, but nothing really special. I mean, it's not like wow. However, I'm about to explain. See, it's just very plain, just a little print on the front. But then I realized by looking at the box that this is actually manufactured by Durant Glass in Millville, New Jersey. It's an American brand, and they're no longer in business, so I ended up picking it up. Just a cute Halloween figurine. It's way too big. I would never ship it. I love this snoring Santa. It's not on $1 yet, and again, I'm like, nah, I'm not willing to pay up right now, especially since they wanted $10. That's probably what it sells for. This I wanted to point out because that is actually Green Brier, which is the Dollar Tree brand, and they wanted, I forgot what they wanted, $2.99 for this. No, $3.49 for a Dollar Tree mug. Mary Bright, very nice figurine again. And I don't know if I take it out. I can't remember now. Oh, yeah, it was a stocking holder. And they wanted quite a bit of money for it again. And these stocking holders do not sell well for me, and I ended up leaving it behind. Now this is a Thanksgiving figurine, and back now we're in the more Halloween Thanksgiving. I love that little jar. It's handmade, but it's just very tough to sell handmade items. It will probably sell eventually, but it takes a long time. Nice stack of pumpkins. I guess I could have picked it up for a local sale. Halloween lights, not that common. And they had a whole bunch of bins further below with a lot of Halloween items. That was would have been a nice pickup for a projector. Was thinking about getting it for myself. Also, this figurine I really, really liked. Halloween figurines tend to sell very well. It was $4.99. It's just the only reason why I didn't get it was because it's just so large and bulky, and I didn't want to deal with the shipping. I'm trying to buy smaller items. So I'm digging in the Halloween/Christmas bins, and I'm finding a Dorothy wig, which I will pick up. Can't go wrong with $1. And then I realized, there might be costumes in there, and I start digging, pulling out costumes. Because this year Walmart, there was not a lot of items that they put on clearance. In fact, none. I went after Halloween and there was nothing on clearance. They had a lot of fall items, but not Halloween. It's like a card maker that kind of was off. It shouldn't have been in that bin. They have a craft section separately. Digging, putting back. Plus, that's one that I ended up picking up, is a Gothic vampire costume. I hope it's complete. I haven't even checked, but I figured out for $1, even if it's incomplete. It's a large, nice size, so somebody will buy it. Yeah, we went kind of late. I went with my friend. And they constantly were announcing, we're about to close the store. So we're kind of like trying to hurry up and dig through as much items that I can. But other than that, the store was nicely empty. I like to go in the evenings, especially this time of the year, because everybody is at home watching football. This costume I left behind because it was incomplete. It was really missing the vest, and I think it only had that. No, the vest was there, but the pants were missing, so I didn't bother. It's a nice orangey candlestick, LED candle. These are all Christmas ball ornaments, glass. They are vintage, but they wanted like $5.99, I believe, and I can wait for the next dollar day. So. Because they you can sell a box of those for around $10. If they're Mary Bright and really truly vintage, then for a little bit more. I love that cookie jar. It was huge. It was in good condition. I believe it was even $1, but I was like, nah, no, the shipping. It's not real ceramic. I don't know what it's called. Almost like pottery type. It's very thin ceramic. And it just breaks so easily. I had so many items break this year shipped by the United States Postal Service. I just don't want to deal with it anymore. I'm kind of tired. This is more like a country Christmas collection of snowmen, hand painted. I did pick those up because believe it or not, they do tend to sell. Not for big money, but sometimes it's just good to pick something up for the sell-through rate. Now I'm just browsing and digging a little bit more. I'm going through everything again to make sure I didn't overlook anything. That was a manger. Those sell well as well, but $5.99. I didn't want to pay. So this is an overview of the entire section. Now I'm more in the home goods. Kind of like just browsing around. I don't think I found anything in the home goods. It's a nice kitchen scale. Great for January, but again, $4.49, there's your profit right there. So also, you always have to keep in mind, it's not just the price that you pay for the item. So that's part of it, but then you also have to think, add the shipping on. The shipping now for a box like that is at least $7, if not $10. So then you're already at $15, $16, and you haven't even paid any eBay fees. So is that worth your time? I mean, then you're basically just providing a service for eBay, and you're working for free. More pots. That pot seemed very interesting to me. The lid does not really go with it. Had a wooden handle. It's very nice looking, but I was like, nah. I guess I'm becoming a lazy reseller. Yeah, I didn't want to give up. I saw a wok, but had Teflon inside and it scratched, and I don't buy anything Teflon if it's scratched. I don't pick it up at all. And that was a nice find. It was an cast iron skillet. Somebody had painted a little snowman so you could hang it up and for decoration purposes. And this is actually Revere ware with the copper bottom. And I was debating to pick that up for myself. I love Revere ware. And it wasn't in bad shape at all. I could have cleaned that off easily but I ended up leaving it behind. I'm like, I don't need another pot. I have so many. Now there's another section that's just kind of like little trinkets and figurines that is not seasonal. Even though I did find, these two bunnies there. Again, one was not marked. The other one was $3. I decided to leave it behind for another day or another buyer. This caught my eye and it looked promising, definitely vintage looking, and it was only $1. Then when I opened it up, it was kind of like bland, you'll see. Nothing special with the white and the seashells. And again, it's a tea light holder. I'm like, no. Very nice figurine. It almost looked like a Hummel, but I couldn't really see any marking or read any marking. And again, I didn't get it. Thought first this was a vase, but it ended up being for a lamp, like a lamp shade. Yeah, lampshade. These are angels I saw, and they were all over the shelves holding a cross. So I said, let me just put them together, so maybe somebody wants to get 3 of them. This looked intriguing. I had no clue what it was. There were a whole bunch of boxes, and then I realized these are birthday candles. So why not? One can always use birthday candles with nowadays one of them costing $1.25, so that would have not been a bad deal. Again, for personal use. Maybe I'll go back and grab one actually, because I'm always in the need of birthday candles. More vases. Oh, then I started finding these little bells. We're back at the original Hershey fondue pot. This is another stocking holder. I have a whole bunch of those and they have been selling, so I decided not to pick it up. I did pick up this Freedom Trail, Massachusetts, and it said made in USA. That's a nice little jug with the cork. I love these candle holders. They were made in Taiwan, but it had a tiny little chip on there, and I was like, yeah, even though my heart was bleeding. Thanksgiving items, specifically Thanksgiving, turkey, pilgrims, does sell well. Little horse and wagon, but it was broken, the inner part's missing. I don't know if it was a music box, but I thought it was an interesting piece. California state flower, little bell. No price on it, so checked if it was a Boyd's figurine. The figurines tend to sell better for me than the actual bears. Somebody's 60th wedding anniversary cross. Now I'm just kind of browsing. I'm not really looking anymore. Just whatever, if I find something, I do. And I was just killing time. There's a little chick, but I almost dropped it, so I was like, oh no. Another figurine, probably Dollar Tree imitation. They had a whole collection of these bear figurines. They do sell, even if they are from Dollar Tree. I thought this was interesting, a nice lamp. It looked like homemade. But again, it was kind of big, and I'm just so hesitant these days to ship anything glass that's not in the original box. Again, all these figurines kind of look like Hummelish to me, but I couldn't really point. It was $1, but I have so many figurines. I did end up picking up that teapot because I thought it was so cute. Possibly something for Easter, and for $1. They had marked it very high at $7.49. Then they had a whole bunch of these sunflower clocks. Another Christmas village piece, an individual, and probably at one point belonged to a set. An Avon. Not Avon, art collection paper holder. It was very heavy. And this figurine I have already, so no way. I'm not buying another one. I've had it in my store for over 2 years. At this point, it's just not selling. I guess it's not special enough. A Bahamas little bell. Somebody must have dropped off a bell collection. Little fairy garden set. I loved this cow, and I would have picked it up, but it was not marked. And again, I don't want to deal with it with Goodwill. A nice Bahamas bell. I guess maybe that tag on the shelf, now I'm realizing maybe that was the tag for the cow. Nice little bird, state bird. What was it, Connecticut? No, Vermont. So I did end up picking this up because I used to live in New Hampshire for quite some time. So I like New England. A whole collection of presidential plates. I tried to open this one up. I couldn't. Then I found one that was already open. That one is Van Buren. And they do sell, and they are in the original box, but it was not on. I would pick it up for $1, but not more. Especially since they were still in the styrofoam, the original box. That makes it an easy shipper. We are coming to an end of our Sunday Dollar Day excursion at Goodwill. If you liked this video, please hit the thumbs up button. And I hope to see you soon, and I wish you a great day.